I've heard there's a big budget film being bonked around Hollywood about the Demeter, the ship Dracula takes in the classic Bram Stoker story, where he travels from Transylvania to London. It feels like the makers of Blood Vessel heard about that and said, I can write up a quick script, and we can make it before that other film is made, so we can claim we did it first. That's kind of what Blood Vessel feels like. Welcome back to ML Miller Frights, a part of the Kings of Horror Network. I'm ML Miller. While you might be watching this video on the Kings of Horror Network, I urge you to click over to my ML Miller Frights page and give it a like, share with your buddies across the electronic superhighway, click subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to ring that bell for notifications. Please get the word out to new folks so we can make the Kings of Horror Network, as well as ML Miller Frights, bigger and better. Be on the lookout for a new Kickstarter campaign for an anthology I participated in called Nightmare Theater. This is a collection of short horror stories made by a whole gaggle of talented souls. The project is being helmed by David Schrader and Clay Adams. I paired up with my pirouette artist extraordinaire, Carlos Granda, for a morbidly fun morality tale to filmgoers who dare break the rules of common courtesy in the wrong theater. If you're interested in fun, scary, and gory horror, please support the Nightmare Theater Kickstarter campaign. Look below for the link. Blood Vessel is streaming exclusively on SHUDDER. It's directed by Justin Dix and written by Dix and Jordan Prosser. It's the end of World War II, and a lifeboat floats aimlessly in the Atlantic Ocean. In it are the weary survivors of a naval battle. An Australian tough guy, a self-centered Italian from the Bronx, a noble black guy, a stern English female medic, an English codebreaker with crucial information, a resourceful Russian prisoner, and a gruff elder captain of the group. Out of the sea mist emerges a Nazi battleship. Once the crew boards, they find it to be a ghost ship with no passengers, crewmen, or anything. Further investigation find dead bodies, a cargo full of strange Nazi weapons, and a young child named Myra. What the survivors don't know is that among these strange Nazi artifacts are caskets containing vampires who have decimated the previous crew and look forward to doing the same to these new blood sacks who have boarded the vessel with hopes of salvation. Blood Vessel is not bad. I know it's not a sparkling comment that instills a lot of confidence, but it does do a lot right. The plot is always moving forward, leaving very little time for lulls or moments to look at your watch. The action is there, and it's aplenty. While this is a and then there were none scenario, it manages to stretch the intrigue of who lives and who lives a little longer to satisfying lengths. The effects are spot on, with the vampire infestation makeup looking painful and veiny, and the design for the lead vampire and his mate are really great and make me wish that one day we could get a high-profile Man-Bat movie, as the Vamps have giant bat ears and crinkly noses that make them look more like man/bat hybrids and somehow not look ridiculous. All in all, I think this would have made for an awesome movie if it were released in the early 1990s. I say this because this film is riddled with action movie cliches we've seen in so many of the most influential horror, sci-fi, and action films of old. The composition of the cast is more like a setup to a bad joke. 3 Brits, an Italian from the Bronx, a black guy, an Aussie, and a Russian walk into a vampire bar. There's no realistic way a lifeboat this diverse would have come together. This only happens in movies, and that sort of breaking the fourth wall happens a lot in Blood Vessel. They don't talk to the camera, but you can see the boardroom discussion about having to add this and that from the political, cultural, and international grab bag to cast this group of survivors. Now let's throw in a Newt-like character to highlight the emotional disconnect of some soldiers and the kind hearts of others. It's simply one of those films that one might not predict who dies, but because of an early-in-the-game bite, it's pretty apparent who will be left. This type of writing makes for light, easy thinking watching, but not for anything groundbreaking or fresh. I don't resent the hour and a half Blood Vessel took from me. The guy who plays the Russian, played by Alex Cook, and the Australian, Wolf Creek's Nathan Phillips, were both solid action leads with characters stronger than most. It was a breezy little horror jaunt. No harm, no foul. It just could have been so much better with a few more passes on the script to make it less conventional and more suspenseful. See it for the strong practical effects from the Wicked of Oz team of special effects people. At least this one looked impressive. That'll be it for today. Please chime in the comments and let me know what you think of this video, how on the nose or mind-numbingly wrong I am, or you can counter with your own review. If you like this video, please pound that thumbs up button. Share this video with your social media addicted pals. If you're looking for written reviews, you can find them on mlmillerwrites.com. Don't forget, I have 2 new horror comic book trade paperbacks you should look for. GRAVETRANCERS is out right now, and Pirouette, collecting never-before-published issues, will be out in November 18th in only the finest of comic book stores. And be sure to subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for alerts to be the first to see my future videos. Thank you so much for your time, and take care.
You're doomed to live the life you're meant to be, stuck inside your